Well, hey everybody, welcome to my kitchen. This is Pantry Raid cooking at its finest. I've been doing this kind of cooking for over 20 years. I don't use recipe books. I imagine the flavors that I've already have association with from past eating. And so today I'm going to make a breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, on the go casserole. And I'm going to imagine flavors that pair well together. So when you think of eggs and cheese, your imagination knows that those flavors go well together. And you do that with each ingredient. You imagine the flavors together. And if they sound like they're going to taste good, they are going to taste good. So come with me. We're going to open the fridge, the cabinet, and the freezer, and we're going to start grabbing things that sound like they go well together, and our memory taste buds know that they do go well together. So here is the Pantry Raid cooking show, joining this wonderful collaboration that these gals are doing from their own independent channel. And who knew? I've been doing this all along. It's how I cook every day of the week, and everything is always 30 minutes or less. And so in the description box, I'll actually link my channel to you so that you can join me. I am going through and adding new content, so go ahead and join in and see what I'm doing in the kitchen at a moment's notice as I'm whipping up breakfast, lunch, or dinner for my family, or even snacks and desserts. So this is Jen, pen and paper so that you can take notes. Begun with 18 fresh farm eggs. I had so many of them that I thought it was a good opportunity to get those used up. And we'll get some cheese, and we might even get a little pepperoni, and we'll get some turkey bacon. Okay, and we're gonna get a little bit of cream because I don't have any milk, so I'm gonna use cream and mix that with a little bit of water. And might even get a little bit of Parmesan. And that'll be it for the refrigerated items. Typically I might use sour cream. I think we'll grab a little bit of paste picante and use that up. Okay, and now we're gonna go into the canned goods. Let's see what we have there. Okay, I don't really have anything in here that I think I want to use. You could use Spam. Okay, so that's it for this pantry. Let's go to the other pantry. Okay, now we're gonna slip into this pantry, and I think some black olives would be nice, and some green chilies. And then let's get some corn. Get some sweet corn. I think some black beans would pair with this nicely. Get some black beans, and I think we'll grab an onion here. Just a little onion. And last but not least, we'll check the deep freeze. So I'm going through refrigeration. I'm going through the deep freeze. And then let's get some tater tots. And I think there's another thing in the fridge that would be nice. Let's get some spicy ranch seasoning. I have chicken, so I have a lot of eggs on hand. And so that is a great way to use up those excess eggs. And it's great for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or grab it and go. And so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with layering some wonderful tater tots, which my husband loves. They're at the bottom of the baking dish. So all we're gonna do is mix up these eggs. And we're gonna add a little bit of cream, which would be our milk component. Add a little bit of water. And you know, there's no rhyme or reason to this. You don't have to have a recipe. It's not a specific formula. You just grab what Sounds like it would pair well together and taste good. If you can imagine yourself tasting the flavors together, that's how we cook. Is you have a memory recall to flavor. And so when you think about eggs, then you think about salsa and eggs. That would be really good. And then you think about cheese and eggs. Well, that would be really good. And then you think about potatoes and eggs, and that would be really good. And so with the bacon and the pepperoni and the black beans, they all pair wonderfully with the eggs, okay? And then we'll put a little bit of olives. Don't need a lot. We're just doing this for flavor. And then we're gonna use a whole can of green chilies. And we've got a can of corn here. Very, very quickly. 10 minutes to assemble. My husband loves Mrs. Dash. It gets really good herbs and seasoning. We're gonna put some black pepper in here. We're gonna add a little cumin for flavor. I'm gonna put some onion powder, roasted garlic powder, and then we're gonna use a little seasoned salt. Okay, and we're gonna use our spicy ranch. I have this left over. I use it to season potatoes or different things that I make. So put that in there. Smoked chipotle powder in here. I've got a little bit of parsley. Add a little bit of cilantro. We're gonna put some black beans in here. I'm gonna do here with the pepperoni. This is a turkey pepperoni. I'm just gonna chiffonade those, very thin, julienne type of thing, and let it just be flaked throughout. Give a nice season to the eggs. We're gonna do some onion. I always save the skin because I like to use those for coloring linens to make a dye with it. You don't want to take too much of your onion off because all the bioflavonoids that are super good for connective tissue, skin health, lessen bruising, is all going to be in the most toppest layer of the onion, the most outer skin. So you don't want to go very deep at all. You want to get as close to the skin as possible. Use fresh garlic if you wanted. Just gonna do a fistful. Make it nice and cheesy good. Then we're just gonna pour that right over the potatoes. Take out some layers. I'm just gonna set that right on top. And I've buttered this pan, a little plant-based butter. You could use any butter. We're just gonna lay that right on top. Okay, go this direction with the last two. And I've got my oven preheated to 350. We're gonna stick this in for about 45 minutes to an hour. We're just gonna watch And then we're gonna test it to make sure the knife comes out clean at about 45 minutes. And if it doesn't, we'll just leave it in for another 5 minutes and we'll continue checking it until it's done. Not least, I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of this on top of the bacon. It's looking absolutely fabulous. Let's test it. Just a little bit more to cook. Another 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, here we go. Ah, gorgeous. Absolutely lovely. Let's do a little knife check. Absolutely perfect. I'm gonna pull this out, and this is the finished product. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Thank you so much for joining me on how to raid your pantry, your fridge and freezer at a moment's notice and come up with a delectable meal. It's so simple and very pleasurable.